So, very exciting. All set. Setup is now ready to go catch me some big fish. Hey campers, well, as you know, the weather really sucks right now, and I've been waiting for it to stop raining because I have no cover, and I really wanted to get my Lowrance fish finder installed on my Hobie, and I've decided the rain's slowed down enough that I can do certain things. So what I'm going to do first is mount the transducer, the skimmer. As you know, on the Hobie, they provide a pre-setup for installing. In other words, they prepared the Hobie so that you can install a Lowrance. At the bottom of the Hobie, if you look at this picture coming up now, there's a plate that you can remove, and this is it here. And as you can see, it has mounting arms here for the transducer to go into, and as you can see, it'll sit like that, and it has all the mounting kits and good stuff to go with it. The plate, it's just 3 little screws into the bottom of the Hobie, and you mount the transducer on here, feed your wires through the bottom, through the scupper hole there, and up onto the top of your Hobie and connect it to your fish finder. Pretty cool, I think. We're going to find out just how easy this is meant to be. Anyway, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to mount the transducer on the plate, and you can see it says Hobie Lowrance ready, so we will see. Okay, so here we go. We got it mounted, and you can see it here how it sits on the mount. Now obviously I've got to put the transducer on, line it up, slide it up and down to whatever height, then adjust this to the position I want and tighten it all down. Then I'm going to feed the wire through the hole for the transducer, and then mount the plate. So that'll be how it's done. And here I wanted to show you just exactly how the washers go on. This is what I believe is the correct way. You've got the bolt going through, you've got these little, I want to say, clamp washers that came with your Hobie. It doesn't come with the Lowrance, and so don't throw that stuff away. And then you have a steel washer on the other side, which provides the strength onto here. You have a rubber washer, which is going to give you some flexibility in it, and then you have your ratchet washer onto the transducer and repeat on the other side. This is a nylon threaded lock nut, so once you tighten it all up, it should hold really well. And that's it. So we'll see what happens now. I'm going to put the transducer on and tighten it all up. Okay, so here I have it mounted. You can see there, and how it goes on. I put mine flush, and I'm not sure how how anybody else wants to do it, but I just thought being flush there, it's on there. Now, because of the plastic and the rubber washers, it's a little flexible on there, but I suspect there's a reason for that, and probably save it when stuff comes in underneath the kayak if you hit a sandbank or something, which I've never done. So the cable comes up here. It's going to go through the scupper hole and into the top of the Hobie, and then I've got to feed it back into the hole. They have a hole pre-drilled for me with a cap on it, and that's what these little gizmos are for. I will choose the right size that I want to put my cable through for to get to the actual head unit. So there you go. Transducer is mounted on the plate. I'm going to feed the cable through, and then we'll go from there. You can see where the hole is on the bottom of the kayak, where the plate goes, and there is a scupper hole down there, and that'll go through there. So I'm going to feed the cable down there and then mount the plate. feed it through. It actually comes out below where the seat is. Sits right in there, and we put the 3 screws in. In, cables out the bottom. And if you're wondering why I'm putting it on now, because I have access to the bottom. I'm at a campsite, so before I pull it out of my trailer, I wanted to put it in. And always told to mount my Hobie upside down in the back of my truck, because you don't want any weight on the bottom. It distorts the Hobie. Okay, so we've got the Hobie out, and you can see here, this is where my seat goes, and here's the cable coming up from the transducer. This plug here, pre-installed by Hobie, is where I'm going to put the cable back in and into the hull. Now, the issue is this. Where am I going to mount my transducer? I mean the actual head. And dilemma. I'm using a ram ball mount, so I have to decide. Here are access holes again provided by Hobie, and one on the other side, so I can go either way. I just have to decide where, and I'm thinking that this side is better, my right side. And if I mount it over here, I'm close enough to the chair where I'm hoping it's not going to get in the way. And you can tell my Hobie needs to be cleaned. But, you know, while I'm here, I just thought I'd go, there you go, Steve, shout out. So, very exciting, all set. Setup is now ready to go catch me some big fish. There it is, the beauty that will take me there. And all my peeps. And last but not least, there it is, Kayak City. Promised to give them a shout out. They've done a good job, always taking care of me. So there you go. And dun 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 dun. It works. Oops. Gotta hit enter. Alarm, alarm, we're lost, don't know where we are, can't find anything, I'm stuck in the dirt. What a beauty. So, all very exciting. On the water with the fish finder. Haven't found any fish. Still figuring it out. Here we are under the bridge, and there we are. We are right there, and we've been there according to my fish finder. This is the addition that I got to my fish finder, the Lowrance system, the Hook4. Mine, as you've seen in previous video or earlier in the video, has GPS, and it has a couple of features, and one of those features it has it has the ability to use this with a couple of accessories as a ice fishing fish finder, which now that I'm in Minnesota, decided would be a good upgrade. So I've added to this video the upgrade, and I will be going over that with you. So this is the ice pack. It comes in a bag set up for ice fishing. The battery, everything fits inside. Has a lot of storage space and works pretty well, so we'll go over that. So here you can see the complete outfit that I got for ice fishing. As you can see, it comes with a couple of accessories that I use. I have a little bag, a little dry bag, this blue one, which I use to store all my stuff in. First off, the bag has a flap with the zips on the side that lift it up, and inside you have your mounts for your Hook4, and I have the cover on. I'll just take that off quickly. He says like that, and you can position it where you want. There is storage underneath it, and the bag did come back with a couple of boxes in here to keep some lures and some hooks and stuff like that. And the Hook4 mounts just like you would mount it on a Hobie or on your boat or anything like that. It has the same mount for it to slide into, the one that looks just like this, and it clips on there. This is my adapter for my Hobie. It's a ram mount that I use, and I just keep it in the bag here with it. It did have this, which is a charger for the battery, which goes in the back, and I'll show you that now. And it's just got some little crocodile clips that just clip onto the battery here. You can do a quick clip on and charge them. Don't forget to unhook it from your Hook4. I do have this, which came with the Hook4, which is a bigger wall charger. It has the connector on and everything already. I just keep it in this bag when I'm home. This is what I use. If I'm going on a trip, I take this with me. It's just smaller and easier to use. So those are the two chargers and the ram mount. This transducer is an ice transducer, and for the life of me I cannot remember which one it is, but it's one that I bought, I believe, at Bass Pro in California when I was living there, and it works really well. It does a really good job. I had to modify the connections for the connection to the Hook4. The only thing I didn't like, and is if you look here, they're both blue, the power and the video, or whatever that's for. Oh, that's for the down scan on your sensor, and they're both blue. That was the only thing I didn't like, but however, there are a male and female opposite adapters. You can't get that wrong. So after I did all that, it worked out to be pretty easy. So you have the bag. In the side of the bag you have the two storage pouches, and fits perfectly. If you want, you can see up here there are mounts. This actually comes out, and you can set it up here if you want to, once you, wherever you are, but for travel you want to just plug it in here. The battery, there is a space on the back here where the battery sits in, just like that, and it has a Velcro strap that you can strap it in, stop it from flopping around. The actual battery connection, I had to do these. I landed up buying the battery and actually soldering the wires on. This is my battery for the ice. I have a different one that I use in my kayak, which mounts inside my kayak, and it has waterproof connectors and all that sort of thing on, but out here hopefully I won't drop it in the water. So I did add the wires. One thing I did add is a fuse, which is recommended, and I had to get the adapters for the matching connectors. So I added a fuse, soldered the wires on, And that was it. The transducer comes with a little floater, so you can set your depth of how deep you want the transducer to go into the water through the ice hole. And you have a little cord here with a little rubber thing on here that you can adjust to adjust the setting. And this is a float, obviously. It does have tied to it here another like rubberized wire that is connected here that you would just use to support the transducer, because it's fairly heavy and you don't want it hanging and just hanging on this connection as well. So there you have it. Nice little outfit that I've used a couple of times. Has nice storage in it and has little side pouches. Works fine, closes down really well, and I've had no problems with it. The thing that I did want to show you was the actual ice transducer and what it looks like on here. It is a flasher, so you can see it there, but you can actually use it to have a look. It's pretty good. You can also see split screen. You have the flasher on top and then your depth down below to see how you're doing. So we'll get to that. Okay, here you can see I have my Hook4 set up. Hopefully we can see that. Let's try and adjust this a little bit. There you go. And you can see I have the flasher up top, and then down here, it's not a good picture. Obviously my transducer is just sitting on the floor here, and I just managed to screw it up totally. But you can see I have the flasher up here, and it's a split screen, and I can see what's happening above, well, below me. Typically when you're on the ice, it'll show you the top of the ice and then the bottom of the bed of the lake you're in, and then in between you can actually see along here as you drop your lure down and bounce it up and down and everything, it'll show up here, and it's just like any other flasher unit. Actually works pretty well for me, and I'm still learning to get the fine tuning on it, but I'm getting there. Obviously I've got a shallow alarm, I'm sitting on the dirt. So let me just show you how I got here. And all I did was I went to menu, and if you look in your menu adjustments, you've got the sonar options down there. I'll go down there and hit enter, and down here, right here, you can see split flasher, and I have that on, and that automatically brings in the flasher for you. So I have the noise resolution is low, and there's a couple of settings here that I want to get set up, and there's more to it than that. Fortunately I have some buddies that are really good at ice fishing, and they use different flashes, but they give me a good starting point on how to set up my flasher unit. So this helps somebody, and you can get out there if you're on the ice and use your Hook4. Not only is it good for ice, it's also good for your kayak or your boat, and I'm very happy with this setup. Really like it. Anyway, you know the story. Like, share, subscribe, and thank you for watching, and hopefully we'll see you again soon. Just saying. Thanks. Bye.